I'm Kristen with Eeks Office Solutions. Thanks for joining us as we continue to take a tour through some of the commonly used features of your Sharp copy machine. Right now, we're going to talk about the Easy Scan, which is an abbreviated scan function on your device. On the device I'm showing here today, this is a very small button at the very top of the screen, but please keep in mind, this screen is very customizable. If you'd like a larger button or you'd like some help changing around the buttons on your device, please give us a call. We can help you with that very easily. For now, we'll go ahead and go into the Easy Scan function. When I get here, I've got just a very simple layout. This is meant to be a nice interface for people who don't need a whole lot of ability to make lots and lots of settings changes, or maybe who've just moved over from another manufacturer's device and are a little confused by all the possibilities that are available in the main scanning screen. So when I come in here, I'm only going to have 2 screens worth of settings, and we'll talk a little bit about all of them. So our address book is the first place we'll want to go because we need to choose an address before we can go ahead and send anything along. We've chosen an address or multiple addresses if we would like to do that. Now we're ready to make other settings changes if we need to. When I come to my sending history, this is just going to show me the last couple of send transmissions that I made. But my next button is going to give me another way to search an address book. Now, this setting may or may not be available on your copier. It's something we could set up for you if it is not, but we would need the help of your IT professional. So in global address search, I can actually search my Active Directory address book. So I can come in here, click on the Enter Initials field, and enter a couple of initials. I'll just put KR, because my name's Kristen. When I hit search, I will see all of the entries that conform to that search parameter. I can choose my name and hit OK and be off to the races. Some organizations will have this address book set up this way so that the IT person doesn't have to program in an address book for every single copier. This is a very nice convenience. Our scan to HDD or USB. This is going to allow us to scan, most commonly I would say, to a flash drive that we can insert to the device right here in the port in the front. Again, please keep in mind, depending on the preferences of your IT staff, this may or may not be active. So if you plug in a USB or flash device here and nothing comes up, that means you're not allowed to use it. However, if we click on Scan to USB, we have selected the device that is plugged in here. When we hit Start, that document will save back to our flash device. We will talk about scanning to the hard drive of this device in another video, so keep an eye out for that. On to my next page, so I'm just going to use the little arrow to page over, and I'm going to take you over to the resolution and original settings here. When I go into original, for a scan function, the important thing here is that this is how you scan a 2-sided document. So if I have a 2-sided document that's set up to read just like a normal book, so it opens left to right, I choose book. If I choose tablet, it means the second side of my document is upside down. It reads like a calendar. It will scan either way. Just be aware that if you do it the wrong way, your PDF will have a page you'll probably need to rotate. Moving on to resolution. The resolution and file format buttons kind of go together here. So our resolution is set at a very medium range. It's 300 by 300. Some of you may have devices that are also set to 200 by 200. Those are very common settings. These will get you a very nice clear scan in most cases. But keep in mind, if you need additional resolution, you do have that available to you. So we have either 400 or 600 dpi, which we can also choose. You need to be a little careful of that though. If you're scanning to email, these 2 settings will make your digital file a lot larger. So it's going to be a really big file that in some instances you may have a hard time sending via email. So use these if you need them, if you have a document that you just need some more clarity on, or if you're scanning photographs or artwork, those are great settings, but you need to be aware that your digital file will be quite a bit bigger in that case. There is one instance in which I'm going to want you to use the 400 by 400 resolution setting here, and we'll talk about it next. So when I go into my file format here, you'll notice that I have color and black and white, and I can choose different settings for those. If I choose PDF as a file type, if I tap that button, you'll notice that I have some other settings that I can make in here. Notice that below my PDF button, I have these 3, DocX, XLSX, and PPTX. For any of those 3 settings, you're going to want to use that 400 by 400 resolution. because what these do is take your document and instead of scanning them to you as a PDF, they will scan and show up as a Word document in this case, or as a PowerPoint or Excel document. You would choose the target file format based on the kind of document you're scanning. So if it's a business letter, Word is a great choice. If it's a table, Excel is a great choice. Be aware that these are convenience features, so your document likely will not be without a need to do some reformatting or jiggering with the content once you get that back to your computer, but you won't have to retype the entire thing, which can save you a lot of time. Over here on the side, notice that I also have the possibility to use with PDF of OCR. OCR stands for Optical Character Recognition. And what it means is that once you scan your document, you can open it and you can then search for the content of that page in addition to just whatever you happen to have called the document or what its default name is when you scan it from the copier. So if the word test is on my page, I can search for the word test because I've scanned it in as OCR instead of just a picture. So if I turn this off, basically my copier is just taking a picture of my page. It doesn't know that any of the content is actually text. So the OCR function can be very convenient, especially if it's a document you need to search later on. Again, do be aware that it's going to make your file significantly larger. It may also take just a minute or two longer to get to you. Alrighty, last button in here is our blank page skip. Pretty self-explanatory, but again, can be really nice in terms of cutting down the number of pages you're scanning. Perhaps you have some one-sided and some two-sided documents, and you don't want the blank pages, but you don't want to scan them separately and turn off the one-sided, two-sided each time. We'll just turn on our blank page skip, and then all of the blank pages that have absolutely nothing on them will be deleted from your scan. Last thing I'll mention in here, up in the upper corner, I have the detail button. So at any time when I'm in here making settings, if I get to a place where I just don't have enough settings available to me or I need to do something more sophisticated, I can simply press the detail button and tell the copier, yes, I'd like to move to the detailed screen, and I'll have the full range of settings available to me in the scan to email or scan to network folder setup. So really easy to get back and forth. That brings us to the end of the Easy Scan function. If you need additional user training, if you have basic questions about your copier, please reach out to us. You have availability of training for as long as you have a contract with EECS on your copier. We can do training either remotely or in person, whatever your preference, and we'd be happy to reach out and help you make your copier a more productive member of your workforce. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.